Welcome to Origin Stories. I'm RD.
I'm Parrott.
We're telling stories behind the digital art revolution.
Each week we interview top artists
and live stream with the community.
Let's go. Today is tomorrow's origin story.
All right.
We made it. We made it.
After many technical difficulties, both hardware and software.
Amazing. I mean, this has actually been a technical difficulty-filled afternoon.
Same.
Like we had the Thank You X and Michael Kozlowski drop, right? They ran into some issues on the pre-sale minting and whatnot. Like, I mean, it's like, as I was saying to a few other people, it's like Manifold is so good that they could have 10 delays in a row and it still wouldn't change my opinion, like 1% of the work they do. So, you know, most people were understandable. And
shoot, I just bought one, by the way, finally.
Let's go.
It kept getting stuck on I'm Not a Robot just because I'm on my phone right now. It's the only.
And you just snagged one.
I just snagged one.
Happy live stream.
Well, it's been submitted. We'll see.
Okay. I think you're all right. It's about to go to public sale. I was actually thinking, like, I think if everything went smoothly, it probably would have come really close, if not sold out in the pre-private sale. Obviously, who knows now, right? But there were the delays, and then I think there was a blip at the beginning of like the reset where there was like 2-3 minutes where people still couldn't buy. So you never know. Like some people like lose interest, go to sleep. I know some people were saying it was 3 a.m. where they were and they couldn't stay up. So
sure.
I think regardless. Okay.
I was gonna say I've slept through drops before.
Yeah, exactly. Regardless, though, I'm so bullish on what these guys did, and maybe that's a great place to start. What do you think of it, man? The Thank You X Michael Kozlowski drop.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it looks really beautiful. I don't know that much about anything else besides what it looks like. I just know I fuck with Ryan a bunch and Manifold, and the art's very vibrant and beautiful, and I like how artists are moving more towards these like smaller cap kind of generative drops lately. I think that's going to be the move going forward. Or you have the complete opposite with POC, and it's just like as many as you want.
Right. Yeah, but in this, I agree. I think like the small cap, super curated. They trained again on, I think it was 10 years of Thank You X's paintings. Yeah. And Michael Kozlowski's a wizard. Like, I don't think enough people know about him. I know a lot of people do know about him, and rightfully so, but there may be some out there who that name is not ringing a bell. And I think more and more, I think not too long ago, I believe he left some pretty high profile jobs to come into the art space full time. Cool. I know he and Ryan had collaborated a few months back on several months back on Foundation. It was a piece that kind of got slept on at the time. I think it was when the market was lulling a little bit back in May, June, July time region. Went for 5 ETH to Brandon Kang. And now, nice. Now they step forth together to do this 512 piece collection. So I know a lot of love went into it. A lot of effort went into it. And I tried to ape in whatever way possible.
Yes, sir. Same.
Sweet.
What a week. What a few weeks. It's been a few weeks since we even have been able to jump on this, man.
I know, man. I know.
In between, let's see, we did the Wright brothers and Einstein and Chaplin with Odious and Jonathan, but that's been like the only one since before NFT NYC, I think, since we both got sick, and then Art Basel, and then here we are.
Here we are, man. I like how we always preface it, right? I did the tweet today. I was like, the boys are back in town. I know it. Yeah. Anytime we have a week break or a 2-week break or anything along those lines. But it feels, I don't know, how's your travel looking? Because mine's looking like it's going to be settled down for the next little while at least.
Yep. I'm going to be in Seattle for a week or two for like Christmas, New Year's, and kind of just taking that time off, trying not to work on any projects or really think about work that much during that period. I think we all deserve a nice holiday vacation, man.
Absolutely. No question about that.
Besides that, though, no travel plans right now. I have a few possible travel plans, like but vacations, nothing work related at the moment. And
Good, man.
yeah, I think the next few months, my plan is just to kind of take a step back and just work on art for fun without any real direction at the moment, and just wait until I can find something that like really speaks to me, and without the pressure of I need to mint this, I need to do this project, and just kind of have fun in the discovery of creativity.
I love that. I think it's a good theme, man. I think it's a good theme. I think a lot of people are in the same mindset, which is good. I mean, it needs to have, it can't be chaos forever. It's a tried and true recipe for burnout. So.
Exactly. I can handle about a year at a time, I've discovered.
So that phase, you're turning the page. You're turning the page to a new phase.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah, that seems to be the sentiment with a lot of artists I talked to at Basel this last week. Everyone's like, I'm tired. Art's less fun now because it's all this crazy, social media and sales and all this stuff right now. And I think a lot of people just need to get down, discover the fun in the art again,
Yeah, I think that's spot on. And I think it's also, easier said than done, right? In some cases, especially when you have,
Definitely.
I mean, last night, the big tease from Cosimo was at 10 p.m. Something was going to happen that would part the seas. And hey, it ended up being the biggest sale, super significant 1600 ETH X copy, right click save as, which I know had been setting up for a long time. That was a long game setup for that sale. I know, like based on some of the communication, some of the like you kind of read through a tweet here and there, and it just seemed like it was a trail leading up to last night. So it seems like got what he may have wanted on that side of things, and then on the other side of things, Cosmo got to make a huge splash, and now X Copy has a new record.
Yeah, and that is, in my opinion, one of, if not the X Copy grail piece. It's an iconic piece and crazy sale. And then this morning, the Ross Ulbricht project at a $6 million sale, or 6.2 or something like that. Huge night for Super Rare. Huge night for Super Rare. Yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Company, I think, is doing a lot of the right stuff.
Yeah. So, crazy.
Speaking of Super Rare, I want to give a shout out to a friend of the show, a legend in his own right, and someone who has an auction countdown mode on Super Rare. Have you seen that Bill Ellis Transcendence has kicked off at 25 ETH?
I have not yet.
I mean, that
25, solid.
Yeah, I mean, that artwork to me is, I hate to use terms like level up because I think it diminishes what happened before it, and I don't mean it that way at all. But my God, I mean, you look at the grandiosity of that piece. It's detailed.
Lord Almighty.
Right?
No,
it's just large. It's big. It's just epic. It's just epic.
I know what you mean by level up, but it's definitely a very special piece.
Special piece.
Very special. Wow.
And in countdown mode, I know some people were swirling around it, so we'll see what happens. But regardless, whether it's 25 ETH or whether it's 50 plus, who cares? I mean, special piece, great result, regardless. And congrats to Bill Ellis.
Beautiful. I'm zooming in on the details right now.
Yeah, it's so nice. I mean, even the shots of it in Milan, because it was part of that the Milan gallery event that I know. My camera. There we go. Hey, we're back. But I know it was part of the gallery show in Milan that Sky Golpe helped orchestrate, along with a lot of other incredible artists, and it looked amazing. Those screens looked amazing in Milan.
Yeah, is that the one with Jonathan Wolf and Stokes as well?
Were they there? Were they part of that show? I may have not seen. There were so many artists that were part of it.
Yeah.
I think the names that I saw were like Bill and Raph and A Lot of Money and many others. But it was easy to miss because it was like one of those concert lists of 100 names all jammed together.
Oh my God, I used to read through those so much back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What else? I mean, there's just endless material. I wrote an RD report yesterday because I couldn't sit still about all the stuff that was going on.
I'll have to go and read that. Yeah, dude, there's been so much going on. I missed a POC thing at Basel. I knew it was happening. The crazy nifty drop, and just was like doing stuff. And I was like, oh, I'll get to that later tonight.
I wish you came to that.
Which one?
Was it the first? Was it the what night was it? Wednesday night? Wednesday evening?
Wait, what was Wednesday evening?
The POC event, or was there another one?
I was just talking about the Nifty Gateway drop.
Oh, just the drop.
Yeah, just the drop on Nifty.
Yeah.
What was the POC event? Was that the We All Gonna Miami?
No, it was like a Nifty Gateway thing. It was pretty cool. It was really well done. So I thought Nifty was phenomenal.
Wednesday night. I don't remember which day anything happened.
There were 100 different things, more than 100 different things going on all at once, and traffic was the bane of my existence, man.
Dude, I was talking. I went to the beach one day, and this guy was like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm living in LA right now." And he's like, "Oh, traffic there's bad, huh?" And I'm like, "Dude, have you looked around this week? This is horrible." Horrible.
Agreed.
I didn't even get to see you at Basel. I'm bummed about that.
I know. We almost did it. We almost had our moment, but we crossed paths. You didn't think you could make it. That kind of tipped me to like shut down for the night. And then you're like, wait a second. I'm like, no.
I know. It was a roller coaster of emotions myself.
It's what happens, man. Ships passing in the night. What's the cliche? Something like that.
What was your favorite thing? I know you went to the Aku thing, which I did not make. That sounded really cool. I saw some videos. Yeah.
Aku World. For a number of reasons. I thought it was cool. I mean, first of all, you're going to talk about a level up. Aku World, like that event, you know, the Aku brand partnership with FTX, like that event was exceptional. It was out of this world exceptional. If anyone hasn't seen pictures of it or wasn't there, I mean, it was just mega, like large. I mean, just to go down the list, like you walk into it's a cavernous space split up in multiple rooms. One room, massive, big projection mapping, a full stage, a larger than life astronaut helmet that's larger than this room. You walk into the helmet, you have an opportunity to win random NFTs. You go into the helmet, you have this interactive experience. You choose an environment. It like randomly connects to an app, and then it tells you, sorry, you didn't win an NFT, or you get super lucky and win like a 1 of 10 or a 1 of 1.
Yeah.
The projection mapping had QR codes floating around randomly at times. You go into another room. It was the great Raf Grassetti had collaborated with Micah leading up to the Aku event for a depiction of the Aku character, which was stunning. That was intermixed with some sculptures. Then there was just an incredible amount of deep and emotional art interspersed through 2 other rooms. You know, you could walk through like a full out gallery, including one of Micah Johnson's paintings as well. You go into another room, there's a 4D avatar creation process where you stepped in and they created a 4D avatar of you that could then walk around Aku World digitally.
Wow, so cool.
And then another room was the panels that were repeating, streaming live online. Like they just killed it. So I love seeing Micah, who I love, the Aku brand, which I love. Like I loved seeing that take the next step in their journey and doing some incredible stuff. I also loved hanging with members of the Artifacts team there. Mm-hmm. And specifically, someone who I had never met live and in person was Dirk. And
no way.
Dirk at work was there. What was so cool about that is he's the lead builder at Aku World. He's the art director at Artifacts. Seeing him like kind of in his element and in awe of the year-long build, you know, that they've gone through, and seeing that projection mapping up, I could tell it was emotional. It was like, it was a moment, you know, you're working behind a computer for such a long time, and you see it, you know, huge, larger than life. I can't even imagine. I mean, I can imagine. The closest thing I can like relate to was New York City, right? When we were jamming back in May and seeing the art come up on Times Square.
Right.
Feels
cool.
pretty special.
I love now, like we get to experience these giant things, and I have FOMO from that. I wish I was able to see that. But, you know, and if you look at Danny Cole and his Creatures events, which I also missed in New York, but saw videos of it and it looked incredible. And like, I love this like production value that's now coming to this is what happens when you give artists money. it's like they make cool shit, and they make even cooler shit and cooler shit and cooler shit. They make these whole universes and worlds. Look at Fuo's Complex Con thing. I don't know if you saw pictures or videos of that, but it's inflatable. Or even his paint party he did this last week, or in New York. It's like you have props, and it like you create these like buildable universes at these events, and it's like being able to experience what you think the metaverse might be like, but in real life in the physical world. And it's super, super special, man. What I really liked about Basel, at least compared to New York, is New York felt like it was a lot of like celebratory parties where everyone was like, finally we're together, let's have a party. And in Basel, it really felt art centric and art focused, where everything there, every event was mainly about the art. And there's a celebratory aspect to that where we were celebrating the art. But it was like, everything. Did you see the super rare monolith?
Yes. I did not get to see it live. But I did see, of course, all the shots of the art, the art up on it. Looked incredible.
So cool. And then, the NFT Now Christie's thing, incredible with all the atomic form screens. And it just felt so much more about the art this time. And there's so much more about the artists. And that's what, like, I don't know. I'm looking forward to next year for Basel more than NFT and NYC, I think.
The other thing I was not able to see, but also looked crazy and impressive, was the Rafiq Anadol beach installation.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that either. I saw a video or photo of that.
I mean, a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, it just got me inspired. Yeah, I want to do something crazy next year.
Let's go. Let's go. Big year ahead. Definitely, for sure.
Definitely.
Let's see. Oh, could we talk a sec about the artifacts released tonight?
Yeah. Duh.
Matt Caesar. What do you know about Matt Caesar?
Not much.
Matt Caesar is, I mean, I love the story of someone who comes into the space and gets recognition for a different reason, but then it very quickly becomes, more and more shifting to his art and his artistic evolution. So Matt Caesar he's an MLB World Series champion, right? He won the World Series with the Chicago Cubs and
let me see,
16 or 17.
Okay, this guy. I didn't know how to pronounce his last name.
It was tricky, right? But yeah, it's Caesar like the king. So it's
SCZUR. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been following this guy for a minute. Word.
Yeah. So Matt, I had a chance to do an origin story with him many moons ago, like a lot of months ago. He was in the early stages of origin stories, and right from there, he just struck me as an inspiration, like just a straight up inspiration. You can even see in certain artworks the titles. They're these inspirational phrases, but he really embodies them and he walks them forward, and he's able to explain them. And I love when someone walks the talk, when when they're saying something, they are walking that talk. And he's just a pretty special dude. Since then, you've seen his art. So he features a character that he calls Bones, which I love. It ties to like a real life situation where he was a bone marrow match. He saved a baby girl's life. Wow. He and his wife went on to create a foundation to raise awareness for bone marrow donations. And he ties it into his art. And like looking at it, you may not know that, but I love a story, man. It's like a lot of why we're here, right? Is like to tell the stories and to add the context. And I love seeing the Bones character evolve. So why this particular artifacts drop is meaningful to me is it's Matt's Bones character that's brought forth in a 101 artwork right where I'm supposed to be, which is kind of a cool theme when you think about it. And Matt throws a signed bat in there for the 1/1, which is kind of special to those who love the athletic side of things. But then the 3D model, and this is getting around to my point, it's like tying the Bones story into the artwork, but being able to specifically pull out with the 3D model edition, Bones. Yeah. Like pulling Bones out of the artwork.
Yeah, right.
And it's a 3D model of Bones. I don't know. I love how it all connects, and in general, just a big fan of Matt. So anyway, that's a story. 5 p.m. today.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's really, really cool art. I see bones, and then the 3D model is very complimentary as well.
Yeah.
Sick.
And I love too. It's he was explaining this. We did a Spaces yesterday. Tommy Wilson and Matt Caesar and I did a Spaces yesterday for a while, and Matt was going a little bit more detail about the artwork. And if you notice in the artwork, he's standing on what looks like a home plate, but but then there's an X over the home plate.
Yeah,
and so
I see that.
it's the transition, away from a baseball career and World Series championship, and fighting for prominence for a long time in a really tough athletic environment, and now like segueing into this whole new space and whole new vibe. I like the symbology there.
Yeah, really, really cool. Awesome. And that's 5 p.m. EST.
EST, man, 27 minutes away. Crazy.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. So anyway, that's my piece over there, but I try not to, I never want to come off as like I'm shilling too hard or anything like that, because obviously,
this is our platform, bro. You can talk about it. I bring people on when we do drops together. I think you're good.
All right, fair. All right, but yeah, I like being able to add the context. I really do, because it means something to me, and I hope it means something to a few people out there. So
yeah,
that's the context.
Yeah. So what's life look like for RD for the next few weeks or months?
Yeah, man. So this is day 4 of a 3-week period that's really near and dear to me. We're doing a lot of team building at Artifacts. Like it's a pretty intense build. We're looking at every process that we have, every way that we do things, I'm talking everything. I'm talking from possible future partnerships and events and those types of things, all the way down to the nitty gritty. And I feel like it's a really good time for it. I look at it as a stage setter for 2022. And really the theme there is I want to work my ass off, and as does the team, for these 3 weeks to specifically get that decompression time at the end of the year. Those 7 to 10 days between like roughly Christmas Eve and New Year's. Like I'm basically encouraging, like we're going to do very little in that time frame, but we're going to work our asses off into the time frame leading up to that. So
yeah,
I'm a big fan of saying like sometimes the greatest period of discomfort, like positive discomfort, working towards something, stretching towards something, leads to the greatest period of satisfaction, because you prepared, you did it, you got there, everything looks good, everyone's happier working towards something that's making them happy. And then you can unplug and get that decompression time. But I just know, like, if we didn't do that, if I don't do that, I'm going to get to like Christmas Eve, Christmas through New Year. It's just not going to be as fulfilling, because you have in your mind, like, oh, I should have done that, or I still need to do that. And then it all becomes like that working from behind the 8 ball situation.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. I feel like a lot of things in life are like that.
Yep.
It's just even like working out or something like that. You go through that discomfort, and then you get that satisfaction.
Exactly, man. Ogie's in here. What's going on?
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's up, man. It's just building on the artifact side. I'm starting to be a bit more selective on like the collection side. I'm really starting to put thought into, everything. Like today, like the Thank You X and Michael Kozlowski drop. Like, there's a reason I thought about that one a lot. And I was like, you know what? I think this is a home run. And just starting to be, again, a little more productively selective there, because it's hard to build and collect and invest and like do the whole thing all at once.
Yeah.
And so it's
it sure is sometimes.
Paring down focus to be able to go deeper on fewer things.
Yeah. That's kind of been, I think, the theme for the past at least few months, is like we've talked about before, you can't focus on everything at once. There's just way too much, and you got to kind of find your niche, whether that's, 101s, whether that's, if you're an artist making art or working on a collection, or if you're a builder learning more about DAOs, or I know music NFTs something's going to happen with music NFTs soon.
Well, Blau just with Royal, right?
Royal, yeah.
There was a big sale at the NFT Now Christie's OpenSea mashup, the Gateway. So I would imagine that Blau's going to continue to be a trailblazer in that regard as he has been within NFTs in general. So.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see. Dude, I can't believe it's almost 2022 now.
22 is my favorite number, man. How can next year not be great?
Ooh, I like that.
Let's go.
That's bullish for me.
Bullish on 22.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good year. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like, personally, I worked really hard this year and got myself, I think, to a certain level to where I can feel like I don't have to wake up and hustle every single day, and I can kind of zoom out and just like try to get a bird's eye view, no pun intended, and try to, see what I can do in the greatest capacity to affect positive change with my art.
I like it, man. I can't wait to see. I thought your artwork for Icons was fantastic, and I can't wait to see what you do in 22. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, something meaningful, well thought out, and I'm working with Jory and the team over at YMU right now, and they're helping me a lot with all that kind of stuff.
Love it.
Yeah, let's go.
Getting the 22 game plan going.
And the 23 and 24 and 25.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So let's see what else we have going on. We have how about another, sounds like Artifacts, not Artifacts, Artifact Studios, RTFKT, doing big things out there.
Yes.
Clone X. I loved one of the things I did write about in the report. I've actually been writing a lot about them because my fascination with them goes all the way back. We talked all the way back. Fibo shoes, and even a little bit before that, as the buildup that started for that back in February of 21.
Yeah, with the Tesla shoe, that's where I first heard about them. Was their 101 on Super, that Tesla shoe?
Yep, exactly. And then it just was big thing after big thing after big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you even say? It's like looking at a trajectory. I've done a lot. Like I've traded some Artifact Studios NFTs. I have some Clone X's. I've mixed and matched, and it's like every time you choose, they're one of those brands where every time you choose to let go of one of their NFTs for whatever reason, they come back and they make you look dumb, even if you think you're smart in the moment,
Dude, I swear to God, I sold. So I need to talk to them actually, because I got two Fuo shoe rares, and then I got one of them was in my MetaMask or OpenSea or whatever, and the other one was in Nifty, and I got airdropped like the trophy Fuo shoe trophy or something like that. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should have gotten two because I have two of them, but I sold one for like.
Is that how it works? I thought it was one per wallet, because if it's not one per wallet, then I should have had four.
Oh, okay, okay. No, that actually makes sense. Yeah. But I sold one for like 1 ETH or something many months ago because I was like, it's just an airdrop, whatever. like I'll use this ETH and buy something else. And mistake, because the floor in those were like 13 ETH or something a few weeks ago. Now they're not because the Clone X thing has happened. But that would have been an extra 3 Clone X's. And
it's so hard. I almost feel like I had some friends. I don't give a lot of advice out to friends and family who ask me what NFTs they should buy. I've never liked to do that, and specifically because I think you need to pay attention. And like I don't, like a friend's father, to tell him to buy an NFT. And then the next month there's like an airdrop or, something crazy going on and they're not paying attention. So I'm a little wary of that. And
same.
But of the few recommendations I've given in the past, year plus, one of those recommendations was I had recommended to a few people, because I think you remember I really, really believed in the concept of what they were doing with that Fuo show.
Yep.
And seeing, so a friend's father, I had recommended, and he took me up on it, and he bought a Fuo rare.
Yeah,
And
my mom did too.
Yeah, nice. And I was
Mhm.
advising him along the way, and he ended up selling that rare for I think 7 ETH
Nice.
as it was starting to be teased about what was coming.
Yeah.
But I was at a get together with him not too long ago, and he's very intelligent about it. And we were just talking about how like you need to judge what you do based on what you know at that particular time.
Yep.
And the Artifact Studio story continues to unfold, right?
Yep.
It's like it's like more and more trust is engendered over time, right? But you don't know that one, something's coming, and two, it's going to be super meaningful, and three, oh, by the way, they're going to give you 3 of those. You know what I mean? Like that information came out over time, and so
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sweet. Friend's dad bought a pair of rare shoes for $3,000 and sold it for 7 ETH a little while later.
Yeah. I told my mom to hold.
So your mom has Clone X's now.
Maybe.
Bro. Oh no. Did she not mint them?
I'm not sure. This is what we're talking about.
No.
We'll see. I might owe my mom one of them.
You might owe your mom 3, bro.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just kidding. Mom, don't listen to this.
Mom. I was at Basel. I'm sorry.
But okay, so let's take your mom out of this for a second. But that I isn't that crazy though? It's like that an NFT can go in someone's, cold storage, out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
Discord goes nuts. The brand says I'm doing XYZ. You have to take an action to get the X, Y, or the Z. You're not aware of it because you're working a job or doing something else, and you're just not in the Discord streets or the Twitter streets.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? That's like $50,000. $50,000 that just by like, hey, I bought this NFT I believe in. I think this is a cool concept. Oh, they're going to forge shoes. I think that could be meaningful. It's like a distribution channel. I see the value in that. Cool. Let me stash this. I have no interest in like playing the trading game. Go off and live your life, and you never know. Like $50,000 just like is there, and then it's not. How crazy is that? Parrot's frozen. Uh-oh. I think I got to carry the torch here. I need some community to come in because I think I'm still live, right? I need some community to come in, especially on YouTube. I think the comments come through on YouTube, or you can blow me up on Twitter because I'm on there as well. Definitely need it. Field me a topic. Field me a topic, everybody. What do you want to hear about? Fire it up. Let's see. Parrot's going to be back in 1 second. But in the meantime, what else is going on out there? How about someone else that care deeply about the great Raf Grissetti? Next week, I believe, December 15th, a mix drop. It's going to be a part collector, part rewards, mixed bag over on Nifty Gateway. So I think it's happening on December 15th. Let's see what else I got for you. How about punks and apes? That's been on my mind a lot. I know a lot of people out there are like, why do we have to fight about this? And on the other side of it, it's good for a brand to have a competitor or an enemy even. And so you have that whole layer going on. But I do think that the punk ape discussion is bringing really useful topics to the table. And one of those is the controlled IP versus CCO topic. I've been thinking a lot about that recently. I like the nuanced takes out there. Like there's a place and time for each. I know some are very bullish. I know some are very bullish on one side or the other. I get that. I get that CCO is more in line with some of the base principles of Web3 and decentralization. I also understand that. I happen to believe, though, I think a major brand is going to find the right combination of the two, meaning from the top that they can control the IP, right? And over there, Ogie, I got you. OSIPO, got you. Jesse Woolston, what's going on? Ship me a question, please. Anything you want to hear about. And to finish that thought on IP and CCO, I think there's going to be a brand that is able to do 2 things at once. I think they're going to control the top level IP. And I think they're going to use that specifically to make huge brand partners feel really comfortable and confident that they're taken care of. They're going to move mountains with that, going to clean things up, be seamless, be polished, because that is some of the benefit of controlling your IP. But I think they're going to find arenas within that to poke at CCO or some weird hybrid form of it and empower collectors along the way. I think it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable. I think it's coming. Some brand is going to get some weird amalgamation of those two things right. And I can't wait to see it, because I am a believer in every artist should make their own decision. Every brand or project should make its own decision. I think we're going to see a lot across the spectrum. And I think you're going to have shining examples of fully controlled IP, of CCO, and of the middle ground. And I can guarantee you, if the Punks floor was not, if Larva Labs was a little more involved and or the Punks floor was not stagnating and declining, I guarantee you it wouldn't even be a topic right now the way it is today. But it's good. Sometimes, money drives a narrative, and sometimes that narrative pushes us to think about base principles, about what we care most about what should and shouldn't be, about what's right in this instance and what's wrong in that instance. I think it's important, and I think it's good that people are talking about it. And Parrott's back. What's going on?
Usually it's I that have to monologue.
Yeah, I just monologued about controlled IP and CCO, Punks and Apes.
Oh yeah. What's up with all the punk and ape drama? I wasn't on Twitter that much last week, but I saw some people arguing. And then did 4156 sell a bunch of punks or something too?
Yeah, I think 4156 made one of the bigger statements out there just about how, their opinion of punks had changed and how they wanted, X, Y, or Z to happen. And maybe we're exiting some. But, or I think the narrative there was that you were going to exit almost all of them, but probably keep 4156 indefinitely or until there was a huge sale price hit or something like that.
Oh, did you talk about OpenSea IPO?
No, let's do that. Why don't you lead that off? I just gotta check. You lead that off. I just gotta check in real quick. We're 10 minutes away from Matt Caesar, so let me just do a couple odds and ends over here.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see. OpenSea IPO. If I recall correctly, they just brought in somebody onto their team who is, I don't know all the terminology, but brought someone onto their team to fill some role. And I guess that same guy was just at another place that was brought public. And so I think there was some hints of, maybe OpenSea's going to do an IPO now. And then I saw some article or a snippet of an article talking about them saying they were looking into doing an initial public offering as well. And so I don't know how much of that is confirmed yet. If it is confirmed, it might be. I just don't know. And then, everybody was like a little upset by that because for the past, few weeks, everyone's been asking when.
Uh-oh, Parrott. Parrott's down again. The internet issues today. We're going to chalk this one up. Let's wrap this up. Let's say this. Everyone experienced issues across the board today. I want to congratulate Thank You X and Michael Kozlowski and Manifold. You got there. You did the thing. We all see the art. It's spectacular. It's sold out. Congratulations. Home run. Bill Ellis, Transcendence, Super Rare, 25 ETH reserve met in auction countdown. Congrats. You're the man. Call it a level up. Call it what you want. That artwork is epic. It's grand. It was in Milan. It deserves to be in an incredible collector's hands, and you deserve everything that comes your way. Matt Caesar, we appreciate you. You are an inspiration. If anyone doesn't know about Matt Caesar, regardless of the Artifacts project, whether you collect one of his pieces or not, learn about Matt Caesar. SZCZUR, but like the King Caesar. Check him out. But he is going live on Artifacts in 9 minutes. He's got a 1-of-1 artwork right where I'm supposed to be. It's a 5 ETH reserve, which is, if you've seen what he's done lately, is pretty approachable. And he's added a personalized signed baseball bat from World Series champion. I think it's a pretty sweet addition. He's got a video out on that over on Twitter as well. And Bones, his character, he's got a run of 3D sculpture editions. Raffle is open in 8 minutes for 1 hour. 0.1 ETH each. I think it's a great way to own bones. Get a piece of that Matt Caesar message in inspo.
Yo,
what's up, Parrott? You're back. I was closing it down. I was like, today's the day of internet issues across the board.
I'm just like literally right now on a iPhone hotspot, and it's working better than the Wi-Fi. So
nice.
Hopefully it won't crash again. Anyways, OpenSea IPO. Everyone's mad because they wanted a token. One token. Can't the devs do something? And then they did not. Well, they did something, but just not what everyone wanted, which I'm not surprised. But I mean, a token would have been amazing. But that also, I think, was a little bit of wishful thinking. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they're like I was talking about the hybrid. Maybe you might have been off the live stream at that moment, but I was talking about a hybrid. I think there's going to be a company that gets a hybridization right that's able to do some controlled IP sort of stuff, but is also able to tap in to some level of decentralization and CCO, kind of like in controlled buckets. Maybe maybe it's OpenSea. Maybe they're able to unleash some, IPO and ... I think that would be wild, and I'm here for it.
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also can't talk about that too much right now.
It drops the I also can't talk, and then oh, now he's back. I thought that was going to be your exit, man. You're like, and I also can't talk, and then you just dead froze. I thought that was your mic drop of the day.
Mic drop. No, I just heard some rumors about some things that I cannot talk about.
Parrott's full of alpha.
I have gotten a surprisingly large amount of alpha over this past week about multiple things, actually.
All right. I mean, we're here for it.
New background every tour, JRM says. Yeah, world tour. I'm on the relaxing portion of it right now. I'm in Seattle, so it's with friends and family. Much more relaxing than a hotel room in New York or Miami.
Let's go. What's up, JRAM, by the way? JRAM supporting on Spaces last night. Always appreciate the thoughtfulness from that man. I think that let's do it, man. I think that's a good place to wrap. Talked about some good stuff. We got there. We got there in the end.
We got there. Yeah, I'll be home in LA next week for sure in my little studio. So we'll have a proper background and proper internet.
Nice. Well, and the background shall change again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
By the way, I got a new modem here, so I haven't crashed yet.
Yeah, we switch spots for this episode.
You can pass the torch back to me next time.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Artifacts. Matt Caesar drop.
Matt Caesar.
In
5 minutes.
4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes.
Let's go. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. We'll be back next week for the show. And hopefully everyone's getting situated for the holidays, is relaxing a little bit, and taking care of their mental health after this insane year.
Oh, one thing for you, Parrott, and for everybody. Artifacts holiday party, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're turning our Discord download, which is usually like our core community inner circle. We're going to invite everybody. We're going to do some giveaways. Nice. Just going to have a good old time in the Discord. Just try to light that stage up and have some fun. Next Tuesday.
Amazing.
Next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. See you there. It lasts about an hour, maybe hour and a half because it's a special day, but see you there.
All right. Big love, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.